the whole Saturday with my dad.
Oh, ma'am, my family and I went to church yesterday, and of course, I was busy playing my iPad the whole Saturday.
Mom! My mom asked me to... What did I do? What? To wash the dishes, wash the clothes, mop the floor, and many more. And after that, I'm tired the whole weekend.
Oh, really? We don't think so.
Alright, kids, enough for that. Now, I have something to ask. Do you know the story entitled The Last Leaf? Ma? The Huling Dahon? I don't know, Ma'am. Then, I will tell you. Long time ago, two young women named Sue and Jancy shared a studio apartment at the top of a three-story building.
Ma, share the studio apartment? Where can we find that?
Just listen the story, Miss Batumbahan. In November, a cold and sea stranger came to visit the city.
Stranger? Who's that?
Okay, quiet, Miss Batumbahan. This disease, pneumonia, killed many people.
Pneumonia? What's that?
Jancy lay on her bed, hardly moving. She looked through the small window. She could see the signs of rain house next to her room. One morning, a doctor examined Jancy and took her temperature.
Ma, who's that doctor?
Miss Batumbahan. Like I said, after a doctor who examined Jancy, then he spoke to in another room.
Jancy's chance to live is too little, and she made up her mind that she is not going to get well. Has she anything on her mind? She wanted to paint one of the bay in Italy someday.
After the doctor had gone, Sue went into the workroom and cried. Then, she went to Jancy's room with her drawing board to see outside. Jancy lay with her face toward the window. Sue heard a low sound several times repeated. She went quickly into the bedside. Jancy's eyes were open widely. She was looking out the window and counting backwards.
What were you counting, Jancy? The leaves of old ivy vine. Leaves? Why are you counting them? They're falling faster now. 3 days ago, they were almost 100. It made my head hurt to count them, but now, it's easy. There goes another one. There are only 5 left now. When the last leaf falls, I must go too. I've known that for 3 days. Didn't the doctor tell you? What have an old ivy leaves to do with your getting well? And you used to love that vine. Don't be silly. Try to eat some soup now. And let me go back to my drawing so I can sell it to the magazine and buy food and wine for us. No, I don't want any soup. That leaves just 4. I want to see the last one fall before it gets dark. Then I'll go too. Try to sleep. I must call Mr. Berman up to my model for my drawing of an old miner. Don't try to move until I come back.
Mr. Berman was a painter who lived on the ground floor of the apartment building. Berman was figure in art. For years, he had always been planning to paint a work of art, but he had never yet done so. He earned a little money by serving a models to artists who could not pay for a professional model. He was fierce, little, old man who protected the young women in the studio apartment above him. Sue found Mr. Berman in his room. In one area was blank canvas that he'd been waiting 25 years for the first time to paint. Sue told him about Jancy and how she feared that her friend would float away like a leaf.
Are there people in the world with the foolishness to die because leaves drop off the vine? Why do you let that silly business come in her brain?
She's very sick and weak, and the disease has left her mind full of strange ideas.
This not any place in which one so good as Miss Jancy shall like seek. Some day I will paint a masterpiece and we shall go away.
Jancy was sleeping when we went upstairs. Sue pulled the shade down on cover of the window. The next morning, Sue awoke after hours of sleep.
Mom, why did you wake up late?
Just listen.
She found Jancy wide open staring the cover of the window.
Mom?
Pull off the shade. I want to see.
Sue obeyed. After beating the ray of first wind that blew through the night, there yet stood against the wall of one I believe.
Mom! What's that video again? Where can I find it?
Shut up.
No! You shut up! How could you say that to me?
You're so noisy. It was the last one of Anne. It was still dark green at the center, but the edge were colored with the yellow. It hung bravely from the branch about 7 meters above the ground.
Okay, Mom.
The next morning, when it was light, Justice demanded that window shade be raised. The ivy leaf was still there. Justice lay for a long time, looking at it. And then she called Sue, who was preparing to keep chickens. Later in the day, the doctor came and Sue talked to him in the hallway.
Even chances. With good care, you'll win. And now, I must see another case I have in your building. Berman, his name, some kind of artist, I believe. Pneumonia too. He is an old weak man and his case is severe. There is no hope for him, but he goes to the hospital today to ease his pain. She's out of danger. You want nutrition and care now, that's all.
Later that day, Sue came to the bed where Justice lay and put one arm around her.
I have something to tell you. What is it? Mr. Berman died of pneumonia today in the hospital. What? What happened? He was sick only 2 days. They found him in the morning of the first day in his room, downstairs helpless with pain. His shoes and clothing were completely wet and icy cold. They could not imagine where he had been on such a terrible night. And then they found a lantern still lighted. And they found a ladder that had been moved from its place, and art supplies and a painting board with green and yellow colors mixed on it. And look out the window, dear, at the last ivy leaf on the wall. Didn't you wonder why it never moved when the wind blew? Darling, it is Berman's masterpiece. He painted it for the night that fell.
So that is the last leaf. Did you enjoy the story?
Yes, Ma'am!
Did anyone of you remember our lesson yesterday?
Ma'am, our lesson yesterday is about short story and its part.
Thank you, Mr. Nerd. Now, can someone define short story?
Short story is about a short narrative artistic in nature involving one or more characters that focus on a single plot and one single expression. Its elements are characters, settings, climax, plot, and its ending.
Thank you, Mr. Nerd.
Wow! Nosebleed!
Can any one of you enumerate the character in the story?
Ma'am, the character in the story are Sue, Jancy, Mr. Berman, and the doctor.
Very good. How about the climax of the story?
The climax of the story is when the last leaf fell that night.
Very well said. Can you tell me the ending of the last leaf?
Ma'am, the ending of the story is when Mr. Berman painted his masterpiece and that is the last leaf. But, in return, he died.
Right. And lastly, what we have learned from the story?
Ma'am. I've learned that hope is a dream that doesn't sleep. It's because I believe that as long as we are alive, we must do things without any hesitation, because we will never know where is our ending point. Also, we must never rely our life to anything or anyone. Rather, have faith in Him who is the director of our life.
Finally, very well said, Miss Batumbakal. That's all for today. See you tomorrow, class. Class dismissed.
Bye, ma'am!
We clawed, we chained our hearts in vain. We jumped, never asking why. We kissed, I fell under your spell of love. No one could deny. Don't you ever say I just walked away.